We're taking you inside a 1970s Tampa courtroom with a gripping new legal thriller rooted in real-life experience set during Florida's reefer madness era. The Jury is Back explores the pressure, power, and life or death decisions made inside the jury room. And joining us is author Bennie Lazzara Jr., a former first-degree murder prosecutor and iconic trial attorney, now bringing decades of courtroom experience to fiction. So it's so exciting, right from the heart of Tampa. How are you doing today, Bennie? Great to see you.
I'm doing good. I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Excited to find out about the book. And I want to start with the one element of the setting, 1970s reefer madness. I'm kind of embarrassed to say this. I suppose I could have Googled it, but I just was like, I'll ask Bennie. Tell me about that era. I'd never even heard of it, into the reefer madness era in Florida. What was that like?
Well, you know, the way I looked at it, kind of a revolution started in the 60s and it culminated in the 70s. And the period of time that we concentrate on in the book, you know, marijuana use had increased to the point where, you know, this area, Tampa Bay, Florida, was probably the marijuana smuggling capital of the world at that time. And as a result, I had a lot of cases when I started doing criminal defense work. I had started out as a prosecutor, but when I started doing criminal defense work, I represented a lot of smugglers. And so it just always stayed in my mind the characters involved. And my son, Bennie Lazzara, I told him a lot of stories about this. You know, when I was talking to him and his brother came in, and he said, let's write a book about it. So that was kind of the idea.
I love that your son started this book, Croy started this book, and you worked on it together. And I just love the fact that your son was so interested in what you did to want to create this world and write about it and write about your vocation and all of it. So what was that experience like for you?
It was a fascinating experience. The book actually is a family affair. My wife did the cover. She's a world-recognized oil painter. She's a master. And she did the cover, which is sort of a storyboard of the book.
Oh, it's very intriguing. I love this cover. And you see the money, you see the boat, so it kind of symbolizes a lot of these elements. I want to talk about how your experience in the courtroom, how you bring all that authenticity into the book, because it's not only do you have the prosecutor angle and you have the trial attorney angle, so you've seen all sides, all characters at play, their different motivations. How did you bring that into the book? And that's the cool thing that really makes it so authentic.
You know, I tried to bring all those years of experience. I practiced law as a prosecutor, as a criminal defense attorney, and then did civil law for many, many years, mainly doing trial work. And I tried to recreate that, the tensions of that, the excitement of that, the stress of that, into the courtroom scenes and to what went on behind the scenes, you know, at night while you're working and over the weekend when different things develop and then waiting on the jury to come back. I try to do my best to create that for the reader, and I hope I did.
Okay, I'm sure you did. And I have to ask too, just about the Tampa location, about the Bay Area setting. You know, with that in mind, you again bring the authenticity because you're talking about this place that you live. It sounds like there will be elements that are maybe not nonfiction, but of course inspired by real life events. You
know, I tried to recreate Tampa in the 70s. The trial, and most of the book is set in Tampa and set in Anna Maria Island where I live now, and the little fishing village of Cortez. And I tried to, you know, bring that back to life, the restaurants, the bars, the jazz clubs, and just what life was like back then.
I think that would be cool. You know what wasn't back then? All the cell phones. I want to travel back in time.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice.
Bennie, it's been such a pleasure talking with you and excited to get the word out about this very compelling, intriguing book, The Jury is Back, and you can see the information on the screen and that it is such a labor of love for you and really a truly family book. So thank you so much.
Again, thanks for having me.